Good day, everyone. Today is Thursday, March the 7th, and this is the Futures in 5 midday edition. What a monster move overnight, breaking down on thin volume, bouncing, and just not being able to get up over our support zones. Take a look at this old region here at this wick, 2774, and then the big move off of this support area also failing and sending our charts lower. What a big move. I have to say, generally surprising for me until it lost this 2770 area, at which point, if you're looking at the blog, it gives us an aggressive entry to the short side and has dropped really well below our final target, which was about 2746, 2747. We're now battling in that region. This is a very bearish formation. All the bounces will be into sell zones, and the charts ought to try to balance out because these are monthly and weekly support levels that we are coming into. So if it doesn't bounce today, it should bounce tomorrow. Do we have a chance at more deeper expansion? Yes, absolutely. But this has been a very aggressive move, and an aggressive move like this will give a snapback formation. Look at the thin volume profile here, all the way up into 2760, which was our support zone this morning. Failure of that area sent us into the deeper levels. Take a look at the NQ, same sort of picture. Well below the initial support zone here of 70.55. Notice the thin volume action right around here, old support. Does it end up becoming new resistance? If we can't close up over the day here, first pass tomorrow ought to do something, but if not, it'll be lots of trouble ahead. So what do we look at for the afternoon? We look for these low action areas to hold. If you are thinking about shorting action, realize that what the chart has done is come into weekly and daily congested support, and so it's going to find value buyers that punch the chart up into frontline resistance. You're going to expose yourself to a lot less risk if you wait for the failure to retest these areas right around the thin volume profile, 70.70 to 70.85. That's what we are looking at right there. I do expect us to stabilize here. How do we know that it's not going to? We're going to start drifting below the close of the opening 4-hour candlestick. That's going to be true for the ES, the NQ, and the YM. For sure. The YM, I said this morning, hey, support zone somewhere around 25,389, 390, something like that. Right there up in this congestion, and it broke right through it and came down into the deeper edges of frontline support. Could this chart head further? Absolutely. Absolutely. But what it's trying to do is recover at the region where we saw very big motion. Last time we were here, everybody turned around and bought the daylights out of this in mid-February. And so we're going to expect traders to anticipate that that's going to be on the horizon, likely come up into old resistance that was support that got broken. If we get up here and we cannot hold up here, we're very likely to head lower. Our overall chart says first pass bounces and big bounces are going to be into resistance. That's true across the board for this one. Oil has been in this wedge for a couple of days. We've been drawing this wedge, and I'm going to open it up a little bit to see that we are still not resolved, but we are getting very close, getting ready for some kind of big move. Either way, because of this motion, listen, we are essentially bullish, so no matter how deep the pullbacks are, start watching daily and weekly support. If it loses the 4-hour formation support and does not immediately recover it, if it loses or breaches the 4-hour resistance and does not immediately fade, it's got further upside, and that's true for the downside event right now. That's what we are looking at. Potentially, I suspect that what we'll do is fade here one more time. It looks like we're waiting for some kind of catalyst. I just don't know what that catalyst is. So I would say, hey, I know the bullish side of the trade works, And so as long as I engage on the lower edges of support, near 56, and it goes up into my resistance zone, I'm fine. And once I get up here, I've got to trim my exposure. All right, lastly, we take a look at gold. Look at this action. Markets have been monstrously whiplashed, and this has stayed as quiet as could be. Very concerning to me. However, the pullbacks still remain buy zones just so long as you sell at the bounces into 1287, 1288. If you're doing that, you're making nice little bits of profit over and over again, but it is very intensive. It's very work intensive, right? It's effort intensive environment. And if you don't want to do that, because this could easily break, right? Because we're breaking the trend by time and not price. We're moving sideways, holding the lows and not breaking the highs. And those sorts of things tend to break in the direction downward. So if you're engaged long, you want to be really careful here. Position it, wait for it, and when it comes in, you take it and you run it into resistance. That's what it's going to look at today. We've still got undercurrents that are a little bit upside. Deep dips going to give you buying areas, but those buying areas have a clear line in the sand. Good luck trading with the rest of the afternoon.